Hello, guys, and we move on to the next topic, and that is going to be circles. So, we have actually studied about circles previously in coordinate geometry, where we saw the general equation of the circle, right? X1 minus a the whole square plus y1 minus b the whole square equals to r square, right? And we also saw the the standard equation x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0, equation of a circle. Okay, so we saw that the center has coordinates a, b, and r is the radius, okay, and a having coordinates x comma y is any point of the circle, right? So I believe that from that you have a basic idea regarding what a circle is. Okay, I told you in that class the definition also. It is the locus of all points which are equidistant from a given point in plane. Okay, so एक point है यहाँ पे, उसके रिस्पेक्ट में r units के डिस्टेंस में जितने points है in that plane, we are taking all the points as one. We are joining all these points and we are forming a circle. Okay, so we have the center and the radius, the two things we need to know about. And let us elaborate more about the circle. Okay, having center O and radius R in this case. Okay, we have something called as the perimeter or circumference. Okay, the perimeter or circumference of a circle is given by the formula 2 into pi into r. Okay, and we also have the area of the circle, which is pi r square. Okay, the derivation of both of these is slightly beyond the scope because we need to use something called as integration. Okay, especially for the area, right? So not in the scope right now. Okay, we'll talk about the application. Okay, always remember the circle having a center, having any center and radius r. The circumference is 2 pi r, and the area will be pi r square. A circle and a semicircle have the same radius. Find out by what percentage approximately is the perimeter of semicircle lesser than that of the circle. मतलब we have a given semicircle, okay, and we have a circle. Okay, इन दोनों के जो perimeter होंगे, means the boundary जो भी होगा, okay, in that, okay, by what percentage is the perimeter of semicircle lesser than that of a circle. Okay, now बहुत लोग घाई में यहाँ मुझे आंसर बोलते हैं 50%. Okay, but that's not correct. Okay, because यहाँ पे बात एरिया की नहीं हो रही है. अगर मैंने एरिया पूछा होता तो आई ऑब्जर्व कि अगर सेम रेडियस का मैंने सेमी सर्कल भी लिया है, सेमी सर्कल मींस इट इज द हाफ ऑफ अ सर्कल. Okay, तो एरिया डेफिनेटली हाफ हो रहा होता, बट पेरीमीटर इज नॉट एग्जैक्टली हाफ. ओके, नाउ टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन वेरी क्विकली, ओके, व्हाट आई वुड डू इज I would assume that the radius of the circle is equal to 7 units. Okay, okay, and same for semicircle, the radius will be equal to 7 units. For the circle, we can observe, or we know right now that we have seen right now that the circumference is 2 pi r. So pi I take as 22 by 7 into r is 7. Now you understand मैंने radius को 7 assume क्यों किया था, because वो cancel हो जाएगा. Okay, the circumference of this given circle is 44. Okay, now if you observe guys, in the semicircle ये वाला जो part है, okay, okay, half the circle, right? So 2 pi r का half already available है अपने पास, which is pi r, right? And we also have the diameter here, right? Okay, we have something called as a diameter. Diameter is twice the radius. Okay, so for the semicircle, okay, the perimeter is pi r plus 2r. Okay, इसका हमने 44 निकाला था. I just write it here for the circle, the circumference, okay, or perimeter. Now for the semicircle, let's find out the perimeter. So it will be 22 by 7 into 7 plus 2 into 7, right? So 7 cancel हो जाएगा. 14 plus 22 will be 36, right? Okay, now they're asking you by what percentage is the perimeter of the semicircle or boundary of the semicircle is less than that of a circle. कितना units कम है ये? 36 and 44, the gap is 8 units out of the initial, which is 44, right? So what percent that will be? 8 by 44 times 100. Okay, and if you are good with fractions, you can directly observe 4 cancel. It is basically 2 by 11, right? 1 by 11 is 9.09% into 2 is 18.08. So the actual answer would be B, option B, 18%. Okay, let's discuss some more concepts of circles, then we'll solve like the next questions. Okay, so if I take the circle over here, okay, having center O, I take A and B as any 2 points. I mark A and B as any 2 points on the circle. Okay, now what I do is I separate the part AB, छोटा वाला part जो था AB का हमने separate किया, and the larger part, okay, that is separate. So the smaller part, it's basically called as the minor arc. Okay, so basically any section of the circle, any part of the circle, when it is removed, it is called as an arc. Okay, and if the arc is basically less than 180, if you observe carefully, okay, for the entire circle the measure is 360, राइट? तो हाफ हाफ कितना हो जाएगा? 180 180. सो अगर कोई भी आर्क का मेजर या कोई भी आर्क का यहाँ पे वैल्यू 180 से कम हुआ तो क्या हो जाएगा? माइनर आर्क. okay, and 180 से अगर ज्यादा हुआ, okay, that will be basically called as the major arc. So in this case I have split the circle into two parts, okay, एक छोटा वाला part दिखाई दे रहा है आपको, it is the minor arc, and the greater part is the major arc. Okay, now let's understand the angle wala funda which I was telling you right now, okay, about 180 degrees. Okay, for the entire circle, guys, okay, what we can do is we can mark these 2 points A and B like this, and we can observe that there is an angle being subtended, right? Okay, अब ये angle आप यहाँ indicate करो 30 degrees, for example 30 degrees अगर है, okay, या फिर आप ऊपर indicate करो ऐसे 30 degrees, right? एंगल को तो आप कहीं भी ऐसे मार्क करके बता दो 30 डिग्री से जो वैल्यू होगा, राइट, थीटा है, राइट, यहाँ भी देख सकते हो, यहाँ भी देख सकते हो, राइट. सो ऑल दीज वैल्यूज इंडिकेट द सेम एंगल, राइट. Are you understanding this? That means from here, जो भी angle center पे subtend होगा, okay, whatever angle this arc subtends at the center, that is also the measure of the arc itself. So arc में कितना degrees curve है, it is equal to the angle that the arc subtends at the center, okay, and this is nothing but the central angle. So arc intercepted, the measure of the arc intercepted is same as the measure of the central angle. Okay, तो अगर फॉर एग्जांपल आपने एक आर्क ऐसी ड्रॉ की जो डायमीटर से बेसिकली ब्रेक हो रही है लाइक दिस, okay, so there are two equal halves, this is the first half and second half. Okay, both of these arcs, okay, are equal in nature, both of the arcs are 180 degrees in nature. All right, so we'll take it further now. We know that for the entire circle the area is pi r square. So now we consider OAB. OAB is a sector. Okay, sector is nothing but a part of the circle. It's like the piece of cake, or it's like piece of pizza. Okay, I know we all like pizza. Okay, so OAB is basically a section of the circle. It is the piece of a pizza. Okay, now suppose that this piece of pizza has an angle theta subtended at the center. मतलब हम ऐसा बोल सकते हैं, अगर ये arc है अपना minor arc AB, it subtends an angle theta at the center of the circle, right? So अगर entire circle का area, that is pi r square, for the entire circle the measure is 360 degrees. तो हम ऐसा बोल सकते हैं कि for 360 degrees the area is pi r square. तो थीटा के लिए वो एरिया कितना हो जाएगा, राइट? डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल, जितना आप एंगल स्वीप करोगे उतना एरिया वो जनरेट करेगा, राइट? सो इफ 360 corresponds to an area of pi r square, what is the area of the sector theta? That is, you know, by cross multiplying we'll be getting theta upon 360 into pi r square, and this you call as the area of the sector. So always remember, guys, for any part or piece of the circle, okay, a sector, okay, having or subtending an angle theta at the center, the area is theta upon 360 into pi r square. That is called as the area of the sector. Okay, yahi pe suppose I tell you that for the entire circle the circumference is 2 pi r, right? That means for 360 degrees the measure of the arc is 2 pi r, isn't it? Oh sorry, for 360 degrees ka measure of the arc, the circumference, the entire boundary or length of the boundary is 2 pi r. So for 360 degrees if the length is 2 pi r, theta ke liye length kitna ho jayega? You can cross multiply. Okay, it is theta upon 360 into 2 pi r. Okay, that is called as the length of the arc. Okay, so any arc subtending an angle theta at the center, okay, what is its length? The length will be theta upon 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. Okay, now we'll go on to the next part. Okay, and now on the circle having center O, I take two random points A and B and I join them. I'm forming a chord. Okay, AB is called as the chord of the circle. That means, guys, across the circle you join any 2 points. Okay, any 2 random points. जैसे ये और ये suppose join कर दिया आपने, ये भी एक chord बन गया. Okay, आपने let's say इधर एक point लिया, इधर एक point लिया, इसको आपने join किया, ये भी एक chord बन गया, ये भी एक chord है, ये भी एक chord है. Okay, center से पास होने वाला diameter भी एक chord है. In fact, diameter is the largest chord of the circle. Okay, diameter also is a chord. Okay, so any 2 points on the circle you join them, you are basically getting a chord of the circle. It's as simple as that. Okay, now what I'll be doing is I'll be dropping a perpendicular, okay, on the chord AB here in this case at point C. Okay, and if you can observe, I have two right angle triangles here, triangle ACO and triangle BCO, right? Now guys, for these two right angle triangles, if you observe, the hypotenuse is nothing but the radius of the circle. OA कह लो या OB कह लो, एक ही बात है, right? And the side OC is common to both of these triangles, right? मतलब the two triangles are congruent by the hypotenuse side test. If the triangles are congruent, what can you say about AC and BC? Yes, as a consequence, AC and BC are the corresponding sides of the congruent triangles, right? That tells us that perpendicular from the center of the circle to the chord of the circle basically bisects it. Okay, so if you draw a perpendicular from the center of the circle to the chord, okay, the chord will be bisected. Okay, इसी का converse भी होता है, the line joining the center of the circle to the midpoint of the chord is perpendicular to the chord. Okay, now इसी को अगर हम एक step forward ले जाएं, guys, okay, if I call the radius as let's say r, And if I call the CB as X, okay, if I call the CB as, let's say, equal to X, what is the value of OC by Pythagoras theorem? Square root of R square minus X square. As you can see over here, it's blinking, right? अगर हमने एक और chord लिया, let's say this, okay, and उस chord में भी, let's say if I call this perpendicular as that foot of perpendicular as D, okay, and I call the length BD as equal to X, okay, for this the length OD will again be equal to square root of R square minus X square. You can see this, right? That tells us that, if OD is considered as the perpendicular from center to the chord, it is the distance of the chord from center. In the same way, OC also is the distance of the chord from center, right? Okay, that tells us that equal chords are always equidistant from the center. Okay, अगर BC X था, पूरा AB कितना होता है 2x, और ये पूरा लेंथ chord का यहाँ भी कितना होता है 2x. Okay, so equal chords are always equidistant from the center. Okay, now you can just take hold of any angle here. Let's say I'm talking about angle BOC. Okay, angle BOC के लिए guys sin theta क्या हो जाएगा? X divided by root of R square minus X square, right? For this particular triangle BOC, if you talk about this theta angle BOC, the sine is X divided by the hypotenuse R in this case. So X divided by root of R square minus X square. Okay, same way if you talk about this triangle sorry, BOD in this case, okay, BOD में sin theta वापस क्या हो जाएगा? X divided by root of R square minus X square. Okay, that means this angle and this angle are same by symmetry. This entire angle will be same as this angle, right? And that's the last property we need to know, that is equal chords are always subtending equal angles at the center, or chords subtending equal angles at the center are always equal in length. Okay, let's solve a few questions based on these three concepts we've seen right now. So first question is, a circle has radius 20 centimeters and center equals to O. Chord center is O. A chord AB is drawn as shown. A perpendicular is dropped from O to AB, meeting AB at C. Okay, so we have been given the radius of circle is 20 units and perpendicular from center is O. We have to find, yes, if OC is given as 12 centimeters, then we're supposed to find the length of AB. All right, very simple question, guys. Agar OC is 12, okay, and we know that perpendicular from center to the chord bisects it, so AC will be equal to BC. Now, guys, this 12 is nothing but 3 into 4. This 20 is nothing but 5 into 4. It's a right angle triangle. तो ये 3, 4, 5 triplet होगी, जिसको 4 से multiply किया गया है. So ये side क्या हो जाएगा? 4 into 4. That is 16, right? And since the chord has been bisected, AC भी क्या हो जाएगा? 16. Your answer for length of AB is 32, which is 16 plus 16. Okay. I hope you understood this. Let's go on to the next question, guys. If AB equals 24 centimeters, find the length of OC. Okay, again, very simple. If AB is 24 centimeters, guys, perpendicular from center to the chord with bisected, तो अगर AB 24 है, AC और BC दोनों कितने होंगे? 12 और 12, right? Okay, now again using the same triplet 3, 4, 5, 4 से multiply किया, the value of OC will be 16 units, right? Let's go on to the next question, guys. If OC equals to 10 centimeters, find measure of angle AOB. All right. अब यहाँ पे आप लोग चाहो तो guys 30, 60, 90 use कर सकते हो, or you may also apply trigonometry, whatever is your choice. I'll tell you the method by trigonometry. Okay, if you observe carefully, guys, this angle, okay, angle BOC, suppose theta माना इसको. Okay, for this theta we know the adjacent side and we know the hypotenuse, so we can calculate cos theta. Cos theta here will be 10 divided by 20. It's nothing but half. Okay, guys, cos of which angle is half? We know cos of 60 degrees is half. So this angle is equal to 60 degrees. अब उसने क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा है? AOB. Okay, by symmetry, अगर ये angle 60 ये भी कितना होगा? 60. Your answer is 120 degrees. Okay, so here for the angle AOB, your answer will be 120 degrees. Okay, same the logic which we discussed. Okay.